Once in a while, I get to try something very special. I really cannot even conceive that I have a glass of this 28-year Karuizawa Noh Series in my hand, bottled by Number One Drinks. That's right, a Karuizawa. The Karuizawa Distillery is a Japanese whiskey ghost ship. It roams the seas of whiskey lore, but can no longer be found on a map. It was located in the town of Miyota, Nagano Prefecture, at the foot of Mount Asama, an active volcano. Founded in 1955, their whiskey was made with water sourced from around the volcano, and they were famous for using Golden Promise barley from Scotland and predominantly aging their whiskey in sherry casks. The distillery primarily produced malt whiskey for blends, but incredibly, they released Japan's first single malt in July 1976. Between 1977 and 1981, much of the distillery's infrastructure was upgraded, raising both production volume and quality. This shows, as the casks from the early 1980s are thought by many to have yielded some of the best Karuizawas out there. However, the decline in Japan's whiskey consumption in the 80s and 90s led to a scaling back of production, and on the 31st of December 2000, the distillery was mothballed. Ironically, in 2001, Karuizawa Pure Malt Whiskey 12-year-old won a gold award at the International Wine and Spirits Competition in London, one of the factors which heralded the beginning of the rise of Japanese whiskey. Sadly, the distillery was razed to the ground in 2016, but thankfully, before that happened, the remaining Karuizawa stock was purchased in August 2011 by Number One Drinks, founded by David Kroll and Marcin Miller in 2006. They played a pivotal role in bringing Karuizawa whiskey to the world. All that remained were 364 precious barrels. 77 of them were earmarked for vatting, a couple were faulty and sent back, and the rest were of sufficiently high quality to be bottled as single casks, like this one, cask number 7576 from the golden age of Karuizawa, a 28-year-old distilled in 1983 and bottled in 2012 at 57.2% ABV, non-chill filtered, and with no added colour, of course. Look at that colour. Absolutely beautiful. And that's all we really know about this. Record keeping at Karuizawa was so basic or non-existent that we have no other info about the liquid. It's part of the legendary Noh series. Noh is one of Japan's oldest performing arts, dating back to the 14th century. Number One Drinks bottled many Karuizawas with labels featuring Noh masks in collaboration with the Kamiasobi Noh troupe, a tie-up which began when Number One Drinks sponsored a Noh play about the birth of malt whiskey in Scotland. In total, 34 Noh bottles were released, 28 full-sized and 2 200ml Karuizawas, 2 Hanyus and 2 Scotches. This label features the Chore Beshimi. Beshimi are frowning demon masks with large ears, tightly clamped jaws and flaring nostrils. Karuizawa has become a cult distillery and is emblematic of the explosion in Japanese whiskey collecting. It's hard to imagine that back in 2012, this bottle's original UK price was only £205 British. So, when I realised I could try a dram of this fabled liquid at Whisky Show 2023 in London for just 100 quid, I jumped at the chance. It has an incredible dark amber colour. I cannot believe I'm about to try this 28-year-old Karuizawa. And it has an incredible reputation. But will it pass the ultimate analysis? The Kanpai Planet Taste Test. Let's find out. I mean, this nose is incredibly delightful. You know, when you pay a lot for a dram that is so hyped, there's a lot going on in your head. So you really try to be very honest about what you're experiencing. This is all the right side of sherried whiskey. little bit tannic, but deep, deep berry notes. Hints of smoke, barbecue, cherries, anise, and this kind of effervescence through your nostrils that really makes you anticipate what it's going to be like on the palate. Oh wow. Oh wow. If you don't like sherried whiskey, you shouldn't spend money on this dram. But if you do, this is absolutely incredible. Raisins, berries, this spice, you know. I mean, these are all cliches, but it's fantastic. You know, cloves, coriander, delightful, dancing on the tongue. And I can tell you now, the finish is long and lingering and absolutely fantastic. It's kind of dryness. Normally I don't respond to that very well, but this sort of, you know, Kanpai Karaguchi kind of thing that sort of resonates, you know, in the mouthfeel, that is absolutely beautiful. And now on that finish, you know, a bit of tobacco, a bit of leather. I mean, who is eating leather? I never really get that. Wow. What I'm trying to say here, through my excitement, is that the dryness and tannins are in harmony with the sweet and spice notes, and that the mouthfeel was syrupy and oily. It's a robust and expressive dram. Now, would I pay the thousands of pounds for a bottle of this? Me personally, no, I wouldn't. Would I, in an environment where for a few £100 you could experience a dram like this? Go for it? Absolutely. And if you do get the chance to do that, I highly recommend it. It is beautiful. Wow, a lot of amazing chocolate notes. Dark chocolate, not my favorite type of chocolate, but this is an incredible example of Japanese whiskey history from a closed distillery, and I've been lucky to try it for only £100. I can't believe that it's happened. Going back to it, even now on the nose, it's developing a lot more deep Manuka honey notes, beautiful caramel and toffee. Oh wow, now I do wish I had a bottle of this. You know, not one that I'd paid a car for. Absolutely magnificent. And I'm honored and lucky to have had the opportunity to try this at Whisky Show 2023 in London. Until next time, Kanpai.